In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. May peace, blessings, and mercy of Allah be upon you and to all the messengers of Allah, and in particular on the noble and final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his family, and his companions. Let me present to you the important topics of CIA Part 3 Business Knowledge for Internal Auditing. CIA Part 3 is divided into four sections. Section A is known as Business Acumen and has the weightage of 35%. Section B is known as Information Security and has the weightage of 25%. Section C is known as the Information Technology and has the weightage of 20%. Section D is known as the Financial Management and has again got the weightage of 20%. There will be 100 MCQs being tested in the exam in the 120 minutes, that is 2 hours time. The candidates needs to score at least 600 scores out of the 750 score, that is the 80 percentage. Now we will discuss the crucial topics of CIA Part 3 Section A Business Acumen. In this section, strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational planning is discussed. Strategic planning is an ongoing process and consists of plans for more than the 5 years. Tactical planning covers more than 1 year but less than 5 years plan. Operational planning is done for a year, such as making annual budgets. Employees at all levels of the company must have input in the strategic planning process. Competitive advantage is an advantage a company has over its competitors that it gains by offering consumers more excellent value than they can get from its competitors. The candidates must know the difference between the vision, mission, and objectives of the company. The objectives of the company or department or individual must be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bounded. SWOT analysis is also being carried out in organizations. Strengths and weaknesses exist internally. Strengths can be maximized and weaknesses can be minimized. However, opportunities and threats exist in external environment and the company can only assess them. They cannot change or influence them. The primary objective of the strategy is to create a sustained competitive advantage because that will lead to superior profitability and profit growth. Competitive advantage is created through differentiation or cost advantage. Strategies are generally classified into four levels: functional level strategy, business level strategy, global strategy, and corporate level strategy. There are certain benefits and limitations of planning which any candidate needs to be aware of. Goal congruence is defined as aligning of goals of the individual managers with the goals of the organization as a whole. Every unit of the organization must work in synchronization to achieve synergy. Feedback is of two types, that is positive and negative feedback. The timing of the input is essential because corrective actions can be taken timely if the feedback is provided on time. Formulas of return of investments, required rate of return, residual income is important. The candidate must be able to define the balanced scorecard and its force perspective, that is, financial, customer, internal process, learning and growth. Advantages and limitations of balanced scorecard are important. The critical measures are called the key performance indicators or KPIs. The key performance indicators are measures of the aspects of the company's performance that are essential to its competitive advantage and therefore its success. The basic premise of total quality management is that quality improvement increases revenues and decreases costs. According to the TQM, a product must be made the first time correctly, and to achieve this result, errors must be caught and corrected at the source. Cost of conformance are prevention costs and appraisal costs. Costs of non-conformance are internal failure and external failure. Six Sigma is an approach to quality that strives to eliminate defects. The goal of Six Sigma is to improve customer satisfaction by reducing and removing errors, which should lead to higher profitability. To achieve Six Sigma, a process must produce no more than 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Maslow identified five basic needs that a person strives to fulfill. Furthermore, he suggested that most basic needs must be satisfied first. As each level of needs is satisfied, the next need of the hierarchy becomes dominant. However, if a lower level need becomes deficient, the person will abandon a higher obligation to address it. The needs are physiological needs, security and safety needs, social needs, esteem, and self actualization. The theory of needs focuses on three things: the need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. The candidate must be able to define the job design, job specialization, job rotation, and job enlargement and job specification. There are two types of groups: formal and informal. Advantages and disadvantages of formal and informal groups are also significant. The candidate must be able to distinguish between rules and norms. The definition of emotional intelligence and its traits are important. Different leadership styles are also important. There are five types of teams: problem solving teams, cross functional teams, management teams, product development teams, and virtual teams. There are three types of differentiation: vertical differentiation, horizontal differentiation, and spatial differentiation. There are advantages and disadvantages of centralization and decentralization. Performance evaluation and its links with benefits and perks are essential. Definition of data analytics, its types, and its processes are essential. If you wish to study all these topics in a summarized way, then you can subscribe to my CIA Part 3 Business Knowledge for Internal Auditing study book for 2019. The link to subscribe the same is mentioned in the description of the video. Please share your feedback, recommendation and comments. Have a nice day, take care, and Allah Hafiz.